Looks like we're live. Good evening, everybody. It's the Truth Serum Nation. It's Mafia Graffiti. It's the Mad Professor. You hear it all here. I came on a little early. It doesn't matter because nobody's gonna be jumping in right off the bat anyhow. But I just wanted to get this party started. Talk about some political stuff here. But number one, Dave Portney from Barstool. I don't know him, but that's nice of him donating all that money to raising that money for tunnels two towers. The T2T tunnels to towers. That's very kind of him. Don't forget about the veterans. So Dave Portney from Barstool, he'll never watch this, but my hat's off. Always people that remember the veterans, considering what the Biden administration just threw them in the streets. So that's very kind. I'm trying to get a lawyer, an old mob lawyer on here, Howard O. And I'm also trying to get a lady from another crime family, a prominent crime family, but she's kind of gun shy. But we'll just see. We'll just see how it goes as we go along. But yeah, that's cool with Dave Portney. I think he raised $50 million. Joe Biden, he threw them in the streets. He threw the veterans in the streets to put illegal criminals in their place. So that's Donald Trump brought back the one of the hostages, and then the other one's coming back. What's crazy about that is July 13th, when Donald Trump got shot at, the hostage's mother was in the crowd, and they mingled. Before that, and she said, "My son's," and he said, "If I get elected, I'll bring your kid back." And he did. So, and what's this? That Maxine Waters, they're singing outside in the streets. These deranged Democrats, they're singing some kind of kumbaya song. We Elon Musk, we hope he fails. Put the Republicans in all the jails. They're singing some kind of kumbaya song out in front of the Capitol. They're sick. They're sick. Excuse me. They're sick and deranged. How whacked out can they be? Wow. Who is against trimming money, wasteful money? Who's against that? Wow. How far do they want to tank? How far do they want to tank their freaking party? How far? They're singing Kumbaya, get rid of Elon Musk. Kumbaya, my lord, get rid of the what? They're singing some kind of goofy made-up nursery rhyme. And the people that are in the group, they look like something that the cat dragged in. Wow. They can't take the pressure. Freaks, complete freaks. So that hostage came back. Trump was there, and he hugged them. What a good president! What a great president! And there's another one coming back. What did Biden do? Let them all rot. So that was pretty, So Doge, Elon Musk and Doge, they're uncovering so much waste from them criminal Democrats. It is unbelievable. I mean, they were making up Social Security checks for people that were, in reality, would have been 150 years old. And they're sending no ID entitlements. All these millions and millions of dollars going all over. Terrorists, our traditional enemies. Why is all this unmarked money going to our enemies, Joe Biden? Why? Why was that? Obama? What the hell's going on here? And then the Democrats don't like it. Why? Because they got busted. They got busted. They don't stand on nothing but we don't like Donald Trump. We don't like Elon Musk. It's like a 5-year-old saying they don't like chocolate ice cream. Get over it. They got nothing to stand on. What what was that? 100 million for LGBTQTXYZ money to Nigeria? What? Who's against saving that money? CNN News? What CNN News? What? Because these people, they all have money. But the average American doesn't have money to waste on taxes. Oh, CNN and all the reporters, yeah, they all hate saving money because they make big salaries. Who's against getting rid of illegal aliens out of our country? Who's against that? If you're against it, you're for violent crime. You're for illegal people. If you're against something, it means you're for the other side of it. Holy cow. They're out there in front of the Capitol building. That old hag black lady, Maxine Waters, go. Elon Musk is fails. Are these people on crack? Are these Democrat leaders on freaking crack cocaine? And then you got this white trash trying to sing along the verses. You got Jerry Springer, Maury Povich types, audience types, that are out there singing some kind of goofy song against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Have they lost their mind? Maxine Waters, that old hag dinosaur, that racist pig that she is, Maxine Waters, that black piece of freaking whatever. We'll leave it at that. Wow. All my black friends say the same thing too. So all my black friends, they don't like it either because they're the ones that cause thinking like the black man can't make a formidable decision. They never thought a black man could make a formidable decision until this last election when Obama got cute, and he blew it for them as well as Kamala. So they were all, what's up, big small quantum effect residue? How you feeling, folks? So yeah, I was watching that Maxine Waters, that piece of crap. She was standing outside of the Capitol building. They had like made up a limerick. We hate Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They're criminals and what? They're saving the taxpayers' money. I don't understand. Why? Is she so used to robbing the taxpayers' money? Those Democrats, they're so used to robbing the people. So they're against Elon Musk saving. And what he's uncovering is unbelievable. He should get the Nobel Peace Prize. And he does his job for free. He doesn't get paid. He does it for free. Anthony Vigil, she's a piece of work. Waters, she's a racist scum. She's another Al Sharpton clone. They all, and then they play the reverse racism bullcrap. They're always playing some kind of race bait card. People had enough. Every demographic of thinking people, black, white, brown, Italian, Irish, Indian, every demographic voted for Donald Trump. They hung their hat on just trying to get so much of the black vote and the Obama black vote that it blew up in their face. And then what did Cutie Pie Obama say afterwards? Just to smear the black man, like a black man can't think and make decisions. He said, oh, well, they don't know what they're doing anyways. He said some other things, but I don't want to say. But I don't want to stoop to Obama, and I get dirty on here, but I don't even want to stoop that low, Obama. Like, yeah, because you know why? He used that trickery when he got elected. He used that trickery and sleight of hand on all the black men when he got, and then what happened? They were in a worse position with them when they started. So these other demographics of 30 to 40-year-old young black men and 30 to 40, they seen that trick before. They seen that gibberish. They seen it. They they thought that they could be hoodwinked, you know, no pun intended, but they don't all, it's not the hood, it's just regular people in society, white, all different nationalities, all different races, and all they do over there is try to divide and separate and race bait. It's over. It's over. There's more mixed couples and races. People get along. There's so much children, mixed race children out there, beautiful children. You know, look at Patrick Mahomes. Now I'm not funny or anything, but he's a handsome cat. You know, they're beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. They don't like it, and see, they're trying to race bait, and they didn't take into consideration also that blacks and whites marry each other. So on all the variables, their strategy was terrible. Well, they were doomed right from the start. They had Kamala. They had Kamala. Yeah, so Obama thought he had it in the bag with Harris too. He pushed Joe aside. He looked at his hand and he went, "Oh, all in, folks, all in." So yeah, well, thank you, Anthony, Quantum, Biggie, um, and Laura. I told you to get lost, but don't defend anybody that I kick out of here, sweetheart. All right. Don't you don't, because you can go on and get on down the road yourself. Don't I don't need you, you know. I'm well intended and everything, but go get your own YouTube channel, okay? And do 700 videos and get censored and go through the gauntlet like me, okay? So if you don't like it, ease on up down the road, just like the Democrats and all of them. You probably a Democrat, anyways. That's a bad personal trait to me. Forgive me, Jesus. Forgive me, God. But hey, something very deranged when you're talking about common sense things. You know what, folks? Why is it so hard to just get to common sense? Why? Quantum physics. First will be last and last will be first. Well, I'm last, so I'm last. Can I go to the head of the freaking line, Jesus? I've been last for a long time. I've been crucified, just like you, censored, everything else. Forgive me, Jesus. Was that sacrilegious? Forgive me, God. I better not that, because I wasn't crucified. Forgive me. Jeez. Now that we got that over with, but we hang in there. So, yeah. So, yeah. What Elon Musk found with all that waste, holy cow. I was going to write it down, Anthony, in physics and Biggie, but it was too much. And you know what? You know what else I've been thinking about? If you're going to go to college, you got to go to a classroom. You got to go in a building. You can't just get University of Phoenix or college is. How are you going to take a class at home online when you could just get all the answers off your phone? Is this just coddled? What is this? So you got people entering jobs that don't know anything. you got people that are entering the workforce because they go, oh, I got a degree here. I got a degree from a palm tree and a pencil. It's the palm tree and a pencil freaking degree. Degree. Did you have a live professor? Did you go to your dorm? Did you commute to your college? What are all these commercials on TV for these lazy bums that can't do it the hard way, the normal way, And what is this? These online degrees. What kind of, what kind of, what is going on here? What the heck? Some of these children coming up, these spoiled, whatever the hell they are, they need a good kick in the behind. They need to be taken back out to the freaking tree line and Anthony says, I just saw 2 ads and you let them play all the way. Well, that's very kind of you. I hope you make a few bucks. Well, in order for is a few $2, because in order to make $2, I think I get 1 cent an ad. So well, there'd have to be 200 ads. So, you know. All you guys are seeing these ads. That's why I'm not getting any donations. I don't want the ads on there because I don't get any donations anymore. You know, tip the damn bartender on the way out. Communist that you are. I want to get a descendant of the Gigante on here, but I want to make sure everything's all right. She don't want to sit in front of the camera, but I just wanted to ask her some certain questions on what some of these prominent members of these mafia crime families had good, of course, upbringings. Their elders might have been involved in but some of them grew up, of course, with the money they had to prep schools, schools of etiquette, and the best of everything. And then they get high degrees and they join the corporate world and they just become regular citizens. Well, because they just like millionaires, the children are privileged to have the best of everything. But I don't want to cause any static over there. But she's a nice older lady, and I just wanted to ask a couple questions. She's a friend of mine, but I think I'm gonna tell her when years ago when her husband used to tell her he was at a card game. Well, I'm gonna probably tell her that a card game meant a strip joint. Every time Rico was at the freaking card game, nah, honey, nah. 35 years, she probably already knew anyways. Card game meant a hole. A card game meant a hole. Sorry. That's all. God forgive me. So yeah, what else was that stuff that Elon Musk was unveiling? They were running down all this waste, like $1 trillion. The Social Security fraud that they were running on no face, no name security checks. So they must have just, oh my gosh, how much money was going out the back door? How much money was going out the back door? Elon Musk said that it was going, they were putting so many false identities on there that the person would have to be 130, 150 years old. So they were just sending these monies out, and whoever was getting, they knew where they were going. Look how they fleeced America. And Elon Musk is calling it out. Who's against that? I don't care if I'm a Democrat from the beginning of time. A lot of these deranged Democrats out there aren't taxpayers. They're just low. A lot of them, forgive me, but a lot of them aren't taxpayers. So they don't care about Elon Musk saving the country money. They don't care about a balanced budget. They don't care if there's $1 trillion deficit. Them scums over there, they don't care, because all they do is sit back and get everything for free, just like New York State. That's all they do. That's all they care about. They want to sit home and watch Maury Povich and Jerry Springer and as Who's My Baby's Daddy. That's it. Scum, filth of the earth. They don't participate in society. They never worked and paying the tax base. I washed dishes when I was 16 years old, got my work card, and I was wondering, wow, they're taking taxes out of me. I'm a bottom of the barrel dishwasher. I was going to college, 17 years old, but I said, let me be a dishwasher. I worked 40 hours for $60 in dirty dishes and garbage. Which I didn't care. But these people they don't pay into it, so they don't care if there's waste. And they're all crying in front of the Capitol building and trying to dog Elon Musk. Why? Because it ain't coming out of their pocket. All the hardworking people out there that are trying to support families and everything, I'm sure they're concerned about where their taxpayer dollars going. Who is against saving our country money? Scumbag, lowlife, illiterate, low IQ, retards. They're the ones that walk around Walmart in slippers and sweats. Forgive me, God. Doing a lot of forgiving this video, but what the hell can you do? I've been cutting down on smoking. I'm doing it. I'm cutting down, and this is only my third one of the day. And I'm jonesing. Nicotine will make you Jones, just like drugs. Nicotine will make you Jones. So I'm starting to sweat and everything and having withdrawal symptoms. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here. Right, I heard today, imagine how much money has been. It's rotten to the core, Anthony Vigil. And guess what? In reality, Elon Musk just started uncovering this stuff day one. But you know what? Trump and Elon would have to do this for probably 10 years to find everything. Because this has been going on for a long, long, long time. Tens of thousands of federal workers that no-show jobs that are just home getting checks. Just home. Here's a check. It's all set up. They're just tens of thousands. Another $1 trillion. Who approved that? Those politicians are getting money out of the back door. Wow. You're fine, Quantum. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, bro. It's freedom of speech. There's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. Unless you're a Democrat, then there isn't. I got censored on here. 18 months. You're fine, bro. You're fine. And I went on Facebook and called Zuckerberg everything under the sun. I got kicked off. Yeah, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I got kicked off of Facebook. Boo-hoo. I ran into him. I had 4 pages on Zuckerberg and all that. Yeah, here. I care about Facebook. Really? Yeah, so, yeah. You've been blocked off of Facebook. You've been blocked. Then my friends telling me, no, I know how you get. I don't care. I don't care to get back on. There's a way you can go with. I don't care. Facebook. Zuckerberg. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He ran all that negative advertising against Donald Trump, wanted Donald Trump to lose. Then Donald Trump won. And then here comes Zuckerberg down to Mar-a-Lago to try to be friends with him. What a punk. What a bum. If you're going to stand on something, stand on it. I don't care. I've been censored and blocked 9 million times. My mother, single mother of 5, said, stick up for what you believe in, no matter what. It's social media. Well, whatever happens, happens. Yeah. And then I'm off, and they're saying, "Oh, Joe," when I was doing the Zuckerberg, "Oh, oh, Joe, they're gonna kick you off." I don't care if they kick me off Facebook because I'm going out swinging. So I went all right off, and before they kicked me off of it, I had tons of approval from the viewers. The comments. What a bum! You would think he had a little more moxie than that, but he put his tail between his legs. And well, because he didn't want to get shut down because of all the faults. He was in violation of a lot of different things that they were running. They were spinning all those negative ads, false ads on Facebook. And Donald Trump was only able to spend a limited amount of money on Facebook, and Kamala and them were able to spend 100 times more. So they tried to fix the social media, but YouTube content creators that bigger than me, Davari Dawkins, Melanie King, the Cartier family, JRE family, a lot of Afro-American brilliant men and women that were on social media, YouTube, that were putting it down good content. And that's what got Donald Trump elected. People weren't going to CNN for their information. People weren't going like the the election will be won if Fox News versus CNN News. Well, Fox News puts it out there better than CNN, but the real trenches was on social media where it was unbiased. Content creators were just showing this is this, and plus the viewers seen it in their regular day life anyways. So there's so many smoke and mirrors and little magic tricks, and how could people not see? It's a compare and contrast. Now they're all singing Kumbaya. We hate Elon Musk in front of the Capitol building. Why? Because he's trying to save money. Why, Maxine Waters? Because he's exposing all you criminals over there. Huh? You've been in office for 60 years. What now he's exposing all that cash grab. The Democrats don't like it because the cash grab is over. They're all out, they're all protesting. Why are you protesting a safe border? Who's protesting? Who's against us? A country, ladies and gentlemen, a country has a defined border. Last time I looked, a country has a defined border. We didn't. So what's wrong about getting a defined border that's enabling killers and drugs into our country? The last election proved it. They got nothing to stand on. They won't reevaluate the Democrat National Committee. They won't reevaluate it. They won't go to CNN and say, change the strategy, or the Democrats won't win another election ever if they don't change their strategy. If the Republicans say the sky is blue, the Democrats are going to say the sky is green. It's getting old. It's getting old. This has gone way too far. And if they keep it up, they'll never win another election. They won't win a city mayor. They're done. Because you got all the dinosaurs. You got those old Democrat dinosaurs, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Maxine Waters. They seen their party is tanked, so they don't care. They don't care about the future. They're 90 years old as it is. They don't care about the future of the Democrat Party. How long do they expect to live? So they're just tanking it all the way down. So they don't care about the future. So they're standing on the same narrative. And they're tanking. They're tanking. And Donald Trump's approval rating is all the way up to what? 67%, and he wasn't in office? That's the biggest jump ever in the history of mankind. His approval rating? Wow. I guess people like the border getting closed. I guess people like saving taxpayers' dollars. I guess people like that. CNN and Maxine Waters. I guess people like that because they approve of it because that um that survey just came out, and that survey was 67%, and there's a standard deviation plus minus 2 or 3%. So that could actually be over 70% in numbers, percentages. It could be less, a couple points or over, but I'm saying it's a little more. I'm saying it's 75%. Because who disagrees with a defined border, safe country, less fentanyl coming in? And who's against getting our prisoners from overseas? Who's against getting our prisoners from overseas? Who's against that? Who's against somebody trying to save taxpayers' money from these corrupted programs they've been running game on the public for forever? And Donald Trump called Joe Biden out. The Biden administration, their cash grab was the biggest in the history of our country. These greedy Bidens, they wanted to grab everything. They didn't leave a crumb. They didn't leave a crumb for the mouse on the floor. Now they're all crying, singing Kumbaya. Why don't they get up there on the hill and get some good legislation done and get out of this derangement they have? How long will they continue? How long? If they do, they'll never win another election. They won't. The DNC strategist went into enemy territory, which is Fox News. The DNC strategist that's supposed to tell the Democrats, this is how you're supposed to roll. This is how you're supposed to roll. The DNC chair is like, this is how you're supposed to roll. If CNN doesn't agree, then the Democrat politicians should agree. She went on Fox News and she even stated that Fox News is the enemy territory. The DNC fired her the next day. They don't want to hear it. They want to stand on the bull crap. They want to stand on the bull crap with legacy media, CNN, and legacy deranged Democrat politicians. It looks like they're going to just stand. They're just stuck on stupid. That's all right with me because they won't be able to win any. And they're going to lose governor of New York and California. The Republican candidates are getting stronger votes historically. I mean, look at California. You still want to vote? Do they still want to vote for Newsom? Look at New York State. They still want to vote for Hochul? The gig is up. The gig is up. Once they lose California and New York, they got blown out in the election anyways, but that's the only two little footholds they had. They're losing their footholds. They refuse to get off of, they're stuck on stupid. They refuse. They just refuse. We don't want to give in to bipartisan, and we don't want to agree with logical things that are good for our, what are they, Marxist communists? If you watch my videos, that's where the most of their money came from back in the day anyways. You turn into a bit new concert. They were holding right next to that's big portrait of Reagan. I wonder if he had that put in. He may have, yeah. Well, I think that in the White House, in the Oval Office, I think they might have had Hitler's picture up there, or Karl Marx or somebody. I think Biden had Hitler and Marx. They put Ronald Reagan. They put some other good pictures, some real humans. Yeah, so holy cow. They won't get off of their narrative. CNN is just spiraling. The View is spiraling. They're so deranged they can't sleep at night. All these policies are for the safety of our country and for the fiscal efficiency of our country. Who's against a safe country? Who's against fiscal policy? Who's against Money's being backdoored, billions and trillions of dollars. Who's against that? Hey, Ivan Lore, how you feel, buddy? Who's against it? Lucifer? If you don't agree with promoting a sound and safe country, then you got to be a demon. You got to be a demon. They won't budge. Legacy media is always going to be just the way it is. And I did that video on, look at that video. I got it from Melanie King about Governor Shapiro and the Biden administration and everything that went on for that assassination attempt on July 13th and everything. They don't show it on the regular network news. Fox don't even show it. But the information is out there. It's my last video or the one before. It says Governor Shapiro and the Biden administration, they were going after Donald Trump. And the information is out there. The affidavits are out there from the DA's office in Butler County, and it's not shown on national media because even Fox could be a cutie pie too. Even Fox News, you know, we think they have our total back, but there's just some things that they just don't want to show. And it was all documented. I did it 2 videos ago or the last video. So, yeah. They all, of course, we all knew that the CIA and Secret Service and the FBI and all those mock hearings, those Senate hearings, we all knew that was just a crap show. We all seen that. So we already knew what was up when it happened. And then when they tried to have the hearings, that reinforced it. And Mayorkas and the other lady and all them from the Department of Homeland Security and the CIA and FBI, when they had to testify, whichever few that did, it was just gibberish. And of course, we already knew. But I showed the documents on my phone. From Butler County and what happened that day. It's not some type of conspiracy theory. It's fact. 1 and 1 is 2. So there you have it, folks. Tip the bartender on the way out. Quantum Effect Residue. Thank you, Ivan Lore. Anthony Vigil, thank you for hanging out with me. Biggie Small, Michael Candinas, even though you're not there. Laura, I'll say hello to you. Thank you. Just don't get cute with me, Sally. You go to the back of David BMX. So, yeah. Anything else anybody want to throw in there? You know, I usually rattle on for 2 hours, you know. Anybody else got anything to say? It's tough doing the mafia graffiti and stuff because I know people, but they're just not down on coming on camera. You know, you've seen all these rats on Mafia Tube. You've seen all these rats. But thank you, Damon Walker. You've seen all, but I'm trying to get a Vincent Gigante descendant lady, but even she knows she ain't going to show her face. She ain't going to come up here and sit here and show. Even she knows, you know, but I told her I wasn't a made guy. She knows I wasn't a made guy. If I was a made guy, I wouldn't tell freaking mob stories and stuff like that. But I says, well, Mike Francis, and she's like, what? Well, you know, she's like, yeah, they have YouTube channels. So the real old school mob, they can't understand these people you see on MobTube. They can't understand the rat channels. They can't understand rat channels. And like Jeff Mongoloid, that interviews rats and all of that scrub, Jeff Mongoloid, and you know, they can't understand that ex-captain, ex-captains of the mob families would be doing videos and shows on social media. Not even her. She don't want her face to be seen. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. She goes, well, you should be scared. Or I says, I wasn't made, Cinderella. I didn't get made. I didn't want to get made. She's like, do you feel somebody? I said, no, there ain't nobody around. She goes, well, couple of my family members don't even have to be still in the mix, but they just won't appreciate it, whether the mob exists or not. They just don't appreciate it. But that's a different story. Did you see the video, David, that I showed with Melanie King? Governor Shapiro? Why do you think he backed out at the last minute? Because they thought they were gonna succeed in that smash job they were trying to do to Trump. It didn't work, so then he backpedaled out. That bum. Not even to be the vice president candidate of Kamala Harris. They thought they were real cute. Now that thing I showed should be viral. I got a little channel. They're not going to show that on network news. Yeah. Thank you, David. They're not going to show that on network news. But I got a little channel. What I showed right there is, number one, what most of the people suspected. And number two, way worse than you could possibly imagine. That how it filtered through all of the government agencies on top of it. And how they ended up having Miss Piggy guarding Donald Trump. Their DEI hires. They stacked the deck and they failed. And now, I don't know what the retribution is going to be. If Donald Trump is just going to do his thing, or what he's going to do next. But there's enough on there to send those people away forever. But, oh, well, what can you do? Yeah, Ivan, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What they've done to this guy. Holy cow. You can see it. You can see they tried everything. They tried everything in the book from A to Z. Yeah. Yeah. Donald Trump's aware of it, but I don't know when they want to release it. I think they're going to try to release it at some really strategical time. The Republicans are on top. They're rolling. They're getting things done. And then when the Democrats want to come with something like obscure or off the wall, boom. You see, if you're holding Trump cards, no pun intended, if you're holding Trump cards, you just don't play them all. You wait for the best strategic time to use them. And then boom, boom, you bum rush, you blast. Yeah. What's up, Lee? Yeah. Trump is a warrior. Yeah. I give Dave Portnoy a lot of credit. He does Barstool. That's where Jeff Mongoloid was at. So now, I wonder, Barstool would go around. Barstool, he would try different foods. Now, I wonder, Jeff Mongoloid weighed 600 pounds. That Jeff Mongoloid. But Dave Portnoy raises up funds and stuff for the veterans. I give him credit. I give Dave Portnoy, he'll never watch this, but I give Dave Portnoy credit. He made a bad move getting Jeff Mongoloid, and he sent him packing, but he was doing food reviews, and I guess Jeff Mongoloid was eating up all the reviews because the guy weighed 500 pounds. But that's that. So yeah, my hat's off to Portnoy. Good guy that wants to help the vets and the downtrodden. So that's God's work. It's nice that there's good people out there willing to do God's work. They're very, very wealthy people, but they're still willing to do at God's work. No, Lee. No. Mm-mm. I might have and didn't know it. Nah, I didn't want to go in there. Couldn't afford it, okay? Well, people were around that could afford it. I don't know. That's all. Oh, he gave a guy $60,000 to keep his shop open this last winter. Yeah. He raised $50 million. He missed $50 million to the Tunnel to Towers. You know, veterans that are handicapped and they need a wheelchair and they need a smart home. You know, like there's a smartphone. They need a smart home. So you got a poor veteran that got his arm and leg blown off, and then you come here and you get a disability check for nothing. And it's just like, for fighting a war that you couldn't win, on top of it, you come home maimed, a political war, and then you just got limited resources. And Dave Portnoy says, I'm going to help out as many as I can. Raised 50 million real fast. That Dave Portnoy must have a big following or something. Wow. And that's good, because Joe Biden threw them all in the streets. Joe Biden threw the veterans in the streets and put illegal criminals in these housing for vets. Wow. They sold it back to him for nothing, and they own 50. Wow, what a businessman he is, Ivan. What a businessman that guy is. Maybe he should get a position in the Trump administration. Dave Portnoy, when you run for your political office, I want to be an advisor and a consultant, all right? I want to be first in line. Run for Congress in your state if it's a Democratic state, Portnoy. All right? Hey, Philly Bob, how you feeling, man? So, yeah, I give him a lot of credit, that Portnoy. He must have a big following, though. He told his following to raise money, and they raised 50 mil. Wow, he's got power, that cat. It's good to have people like that, you know. Yeah. We're all getting old, Philly Bob. We're all getting old. What can you do? At least we're alive, and we could say we're getting old. I tried death one time. I didn't like it. So it's all good. Yeah. Me too, Philly. Me too. Me too. They're already making trades for the baseball season. They're already been making. We got the Yankees got one of the Dodgers pitchers. The Dodgers are just. It's not even fair for the Los Angeles Dodgers pitching staff. It's not even fair. It's not fair. They have all those that pitching. Their rotation. They must be the favorites to win the pennant, to win the World Series again. They must. The Dodgers must be the favorites again. They got rid of. I think they sent one of their guys to the Yankees, but yeah, we got about 6 more weeks to see if the groundhog sees his shadow. But hey, at least we're on this end of winter, and there's about a month and a half. At least we're getting a blizzard outside right now. We're getting tons of snow again right now. Yeah. So what else we got going on here, folks? This is the community bulletin. Yeah, we got one of those pictures, though. Can't think of it. The Dodgers are the favorite. And then you have the Yankees, the Phillies, Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney Phil. I didn't say it. I was wondering if somebody was going to say it. So, yeah, the Yankees, I think, are 7.5 to 1. The Dodgers are 6 to 1 to win the series. Then you got the Phillies. They're the same odds as the Yankees. And then you also got the same ones that were in the playoffs last year. But the Dodgers with that pitching staff, all they need to score is 4 runs a game. That's all they need is 4 runs. You can't score on them. You can't hit on them. The Yankees shuffled up their lineup a little bit, but who knows? We're talking baseball, and there's a blizzard outside. Yeah. How come nobody's hitting the like button? Rough time to be a fan of Beantown these days. You know, I've been watching Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Eagles. What a class act. What a class act. Even Patrick Mahomes in defeat, a class act. You know, a class act. They were showing Taylor Swift. What about when they showed Taylor Swift on the big screen? The whole crowd booed her. Then they panned to Donald Trump, and the whole crowd erupted. The whole crowd erupted when they put the camera on Donald Trump for the Super Bowl. They showed Taylor Swift, and they booed her. They booed her. Oh, before they showed her every Kansas City game, there's Taylor Swift cheering on her man, Kelsey. Yeah, one big party. Camera 3, there's Taylor Swift crying. Yeah, show her crying. Camera 4, there's Travis Kelsey with his head in his hands on the bench. You gotta love it, folks. You gotta love it. Then they put Trump. Trump was at the game. They showed Trump at the game. Yeah, Trump was like this, and the crowd went nuts. Trump was like this. They showed Taylor Swift, and they booed, and she went, oh my God, they're booing me. I've been waiting for that all year, folks. I've been waiting that every Kansas City game, they got to show that washed out anorexic runt. Every game, they got to put us through that. These producers and network people, they got to show this pig in the box up there. Oh, dear, they're booing me. Okay. She's writing a new song for her next album, Crying at the Game. Yeah, it's titled Crying at the Game. She's writing another song, Crying at the Game. And then she's writing another one, Shame at the Game. It's a rumor that I just made up, of course. Yeah. He's starting to look fruity, Anthony. Kelsey's starting to look a little fruity. I don't know. Check the cereal. They're freaked out. They're freaks. It's a freak show. Tom Brady loved it. They're trying to censor Tom Brady on there too. Tom Brady doesn't play. He calls it like he sees it. And so does Troy Aikman when it comes to Kansas City. They know. These are old school Hall of Fame quarterbacks that don't like to see all that. Wow, your power kicked off. I missed. You missed 53 minutes worth, Joel Gold. How you been, buddy? I would believe he's got a girl in every city. What is she worried about? The guy who runs around everywhere. What is that, like supposed to be a committed relationship? Them two, that's supposed to be a committed relationship? Did you see after the post-game celebration? The post-game celebration when one of Kelsey's ex-girlfriends come right up to the reporter and shamed him. That beautiful black lady with the long frizzy hair. Yeah. What's going on, Brody? How you feeling tonight? I'm going to give you the weather report, Brody. Everything's good. Hey, when you're 61 And you got the weather. Listen, there's a lot more things to worry about. The weather. The weather is the weather. I'd like to relocate to Florida maybe eventually, but man, you got to make the best of whatever you got. That's all. Michael K. Usually you're first. Hey, first will be last. Last will be first. That's what somebody said. You're usually first in here. Now you're last. Well, somebody quoted some scripture earlier, and they said first will be last and last will be first. It all comes first circle. Anybody got some lotto numbers? Come on, who did that? Release those lotto numbers, all right? Woo! Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. Philly's going to be hard to knock out. Until the Buffalo Bills get rid of McDummy, they don't have a shot. Forget about the Buffalo Bills. They don't have a prayer. They won't get. The only one that could beat Kansas was Cincinnati. So the Bills, they'll have a winning record, and they'll go through all the motions, and in the playoffs, boom, they hit the roadblock, and the offensive coordinator, they can't call. The head coach, they can't call. You got to be a general out there. Strategist. You got to be a strategic person. You got to, like a battle. They call the worst plays on planet Earth. Coach Belichick always goes on the McCaffrey show, and he even said in more words than one, if he had the Bills team, he would have won 2 Super Bowls. He said it in more words than one because he don't want to dog McDermott. He don't want to dog him that much, but in so many words, because McAfee always prized, but it more or less came down to him asking, well, what if you had that Bills team the last 3 or 4 or 5 years? He more or less said, I would have won 2 of them. Stick it right in that McDummy. Yeah. Yeah, just like, you would think that Lamar would, no, they can't get over that hurdle because you got that coach that's also an old school kind of coach, and he gets all the praises for being a great coach, and the other brother for the Chargers, but when it comes down to that last battle, that last war, the play calling was a little screwed up in that game too. When the Bills beat the Ravens, they can't hang. They choke. They choke artists. They're choke artists. Their head coaches, they're choke artists. The offensive coordinators, they choke. McDermott, they're choke artists. The choke artists. Complete choke artists. The play calling when the Bills lost to Kansas City on that drive. Why don't you just roll, like all the sportscasters since the beginning of time been saying, it's a layup to roll Josh Allen out. The run pass option, you need 5 yards. Run pass option. If he's not open, you run to the corner. They ran the ball between the tackles twice. 2 wasted plays. And they tried the tush push twice on the goal line when they could have just rolled out. Worst offensive coordinators on planet Earth. The whole world knew what they were going to do. The old ladies in the nursing homes were saying, Matilda, I know what he's going to run this play. The old ladies in the nursing homes were saying, I know what play they're going to call. They're going to run it between the tackles right here. Really, Matilda? Yeah, look, they did it. Oh, they lost. Yeah, okay, who didn't know that? Holy cow. Well, all right, folks. Hello, Brody and Lee Montoya. Stay great. Tip the bartender on the way out. I'm going to go chill out and rest, and we're gonna get descendant of the Gigante on here, even if she is off camera. Even if she gets off camera, I'm trying, but people don't want to be. It ain't like these rats that they're rats and they get away with all that. But the real people that were true blue people in the mafia, they don't care about my little YouTube show. They're like, you're nuts. Why would you do something like that? You're nuts, you know. But so that's it. God bless you all. Be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Hit the like button, share button, notification bell. Do a couple cartwheels. Hit that Cash App. Hit that super chat app. Do what you can. God bless and thank you.